Welcome to another episode of TalkYOSpitTV. I'm your host, Mario Harris. And of course, man, I have to talk about these Titans, man. Whew. Man, this is heartbreaking. This ain't the least. They folks are stressful. They very stressful. That's what they are. They stressful. Man. But anyway, man, yeah, week 4, the Titans, man, they went up to Houston to play the Texans, and both teams come into this game 0-3. So somebody had to come out a loser, and unfortunately, it was Titans. Whatever. It is what it is, man. And we just like for us Titan fan, we just want to see a win. We just want to see winning football being played, and we have yet to see that from these Titans, man. And it was so bad that in fact the Titans didn't score a single point. They didn't score a single point in this game, man. They lost 26-0. That makes them 0-4 in this season now. That's 10 games in a row that they lost dating back to last season. So this has been a horrible, horrible last 10 games for the Titans, man. And this losing streak, these 10 games losing streak in a row, it ties the franchise record of the longest losing streak in franchise history dating back. That was in 2014 when they lost the last 10 games of that 2014 season. And honestly, I can't even, who was that? Jake Locker at the time, quarterback? I can't even remember, man. But I think that was Jake Locker and Kenny Britt. Actually, I think that was after Jake Locker. Actually, I don't even remember, man. It was so long ago, man. But after that, we kind of picked up once we drafted Derrick Henry, and we had some good players after that. But it was still. Whew, it's been a horrible last 10 games. Let's just say that, man. I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm starting off with this, man. Brian Callahan, his seat is hotter. It's very hot. It's hotter than a summer's day in hell. That's how hot that man seat is. At least I would think so. It is. They need to go ahead and get that boy up out of there, man. The Titans continue to struggle under Callahan's leadership. He is 3-18 in the last 2 seasons with the Titans as head coach. So, and then them 3 wins came last year, obviously, because we ain't won the game this year. So 3-18, man. I think it's just time to go ahead and give it up. Man, we just gotta face the fact that Callahan is not the coach for this team. Like I said in the previous video, I hate for anybody to lose their job. However, it's just what it is right now at this point, man. They just need to go ahead and get rid of him, man. I just really feel like um they can. I mean, at this point, I don't think we're going to turn the season around. We got 13 games left. There's no way we're going to win 13 games in a row and make the playoffs and be number one in our division. That's not happening. But we just want to see some winning football. Like I just said, we just really want to see some winning football, man. Callahan struggles are dating back to last season, and it's clear that his players. I don't think his players have any faith in him. They don't have any trust in him, and at this point, once you lose the player, once you lose the locker room, it's time for you to go as a head coach. It really is time for you to go as head coach. Last week in his press conference, he said he don't think he sees that. And I didn't watch this week's press conference that just happened about an hour or so ago. I haven't watched that one yet. But, you know, I feel like the players have definitely lost their confidence in Callahan. And of course, they're not gonna come out and just say that. I really want to see what Callahan has to say about yesterday's game. But man, it's really time. I think the organization needs to go ahead and get rid of him. Although Callahan did give up the offensive play call, and I just at this point it's a little bit too late. I think the organization just need to go ahead and move in a new direction. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna have a significant turnaround, even if we do get rid of him. Whether we get a new head coach or interim head coach, I don't think it's gonna be a whole significant turnaround. But it just need to have a change in that locker room at this point, man. Because we just want to see some win. We just want to see some winning football. And honestly, with the Texas not a great team, but we made them look like a great team, especially in that fourth quarter. We had them in the first 3 quarters still down 0-6, but we in that fourth quarter it's like we just gave up, and them folks went on with like a 21 point win. I mean 21 point score on us straight. Like it was crazy, man. This is just another game that the offense lacked. they looked out of sync and they had no rhythm. The defense can't make any tackles as a whole. They couldn't make any tackles. Let's just say that we still had some good players. Cody Barton, Cedric Gray, of course, Jeffrey Simmons. They all made some good plays for us and whatnot. But as a whole, as a team, man, we just couldn't make tackles, and we still allowed big gain in yard, and home run passing plays still happen. So it was just really just looked out of sync. But to make even matters worse about what happened yesterday, this boy, the kicker Joey Sly, he missed two more kicks, and this time, like last week, they were from 60 yards, and that's kind of understandable in a way. Um, Nowadays, it seems like kickers kick the whole length of the field to make a field goal. Nowadays, it seems like, but yesterday, this man missed two kicks, one from 41 and the other one from 43. Like this can't that is unacceptable. Unacceptable, dude. I would have cut him at halftime. But the fact that they was in Houston, if they was in Nashville, I would have cut him at halftime and called the best kicker up in Nashville. But hey, come on, boy, come play, because I'm sure you can do better than this. But in fact, like I said, we were down 0-6 all the way up through the fourth quarter. He would have made them two kicks, we would have been tied. And then probably the momentum would have been there still for the Titans because we lost a lot of momentum and confidence in the fourth quarter. I feel like if we would have been tied 6-6 in the fourth quarter, the Titans defense would have played harder. The offense would have still been trying to get. Well, I mean, they were trying to get down the field still, but it's just like once they get to the 50-yard line or so, it's like they can't produce any yards after that. I don't know what is up with the Titans offense. Well, I mean, I do know what's up with them. Their offensive line for one, the major factor on that. But it just really seems like the defense gave up in the fourth quarter. But if the kicker, once again, Sly would have made those two kicks, we would have been tied 6-6. And we'd probably have a different game, man. But besides that, in all three phases of the game, man, offense, defense, special team, the Titans as a whole just look horrible. Just look horrible as a whole, man. And that's just it's just very, very unacceptable, man. Cam Ward, he had his worst game of the season. It finally happened as a rookie. But once again, I really cannot fault Cam Ward on too much. You know, even though he is our starting quarterback, I get that. But he's our rookie. He's a rookie, and he's still learning game by game. On it, you know what? And this is a side note. I just thought about this. They showed Cam Daddy like before the game even started, and that man already looked like he was sick of it. He already, my boy, he was thinking like, man, I can't believe we got 13 more weeks of this. Like he looked like he was sick of it already. Cam Pop, I can't think of his name right now, but man, dog, trust me, he wasn't prepared for a Titan season. I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't. But hey, we all got to fight through it, my boy. But anyway, like I said, Cam Ward, he had his worst game of the season, and it finally came. He went 10 for 26, 108 yards with one interception. He was sacked twice, and he had to run out of pocket a lot to make throws on the run. But once again, the receivers they couldn't get open. A lot of receivers couldn't make catches still. So his passes went incomplete. That's why he went 10 for 26. I mean, he did throw a couple bad balls too. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, this was the worst game he's had this season in 4 games. Um, but as a rookie, you expect a lot of the things to happen. But I mean, he's still learning and he's still looking pretty solid. I really believe if the offensive line can hold up, then Cam can make a better choices and make better throws instead of throwing on the run all the time. It's hard for a quarterback to continuously throw on the run and make accurate passes, man. Especially a rookie quarterback at that. Not like he's Patrick Mahomes or anybody like that. He has to sit in that pocket and find his receivers together. And once again, the receivers have to get open too. Really, I mean, once really made that first catch, I thought really was going to show out for us, and he still couldn't get open. I was kind of surprised that Io Manor dropped a few passes too. The defense, it seemed like the defense would definitely eyeing in on Io Manor, knowing that he can get open, knowing he can make big catches and whatnot. So it seemed like the defense of the Texans, excuse me, they did their homework on Io Manor and looked like they was on him. Van Jefferson, Van Jefferson, he's very fast. He gets open a lot. But he dropped a few passes too. Just as a whole on that offense was did not look good. However, I will say Tony Pollard once again looked solid. He had 14 carries for 64 yards. He continues to keep on running hard. So we love to see that from Pollard. So you like I said, he had another solid game, but it's just hard for Pollard to keep things going. If the offensive line isn't good, although Pollard did have 4.6 yards per carry yesterday. So like I said, he continues to run hard and continues to run through defenders. But if we can get some blocks for him, get some bigger holes for him, Paul, he can get through them and make bigger runs. I think his longest run yesterday, however, was 21 yards. So Pollard, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Pollard, and once we get Tajay Spears back, Pollard won't have to carry that load the whole time. And Tajay Spears, he's very fast too, and he can make catches and check down passes too. So once we get Spears back, hopefully things will open up for us. But once again, the offense as a whole just does not look good. The offense, they had 175 total yards, and that right there is disaster football. That's not winning football, obviously. So I mean, one good thing, two good things I can say. Like I said, Ward was only sacked twice, and we, as a whole, as a team whole, we only had 4 penalties. So maybe some progress going in there. There's some good things looking. Maybe that's looking up for us. Hopefully, but it just like I said, the offense just looked out of sync with no rhythm still. So they were not balanced at all. So it's hard to make plays for us, man. This is the second game this season that the Titans failed to produce a touchdown, and bullshit. And the first game this season that they failed to produce a field goal too. So it just horrible, horrible offensive showing. And they unfortunately didn't reach the red zone at all in this game. So like I said, it's like they get to the 50-yard line, the 40-yard line, and cannot keep driving the football. And unfortunately, we missed two kicks again. So it was like once we get down there, it still didn't matter because we missed those kicks. So like it didn't matter. So like I said, they didn't reach the red zone at all this game. Offensively, it was just horrible, man. The defense, man, early in the game, and the defense, they looked like they was holding up. They looked solid. We only allowed the Texans to have 6 points most of the game, all the way up through the fourth quarter. So the defense was holding up. We made them punt twice, and they missed a field goal too. So it seemed very promising for most of the game, even though it was an ugly looking game still offensively. Things on the defensive side did look promising. However, that fourth quarter, man, whew, that defense they gave up. I don't know why they gave up. I don't know how they gave up. It, that's all I can say. That's all that happened. Like it was horrible. The defense did not show up in the fourth quarter. Like I said, they allowed 21 points in the fourth quarter straight. Wide receiver Nico Collins, he had a 37-yard reception. That drive ended in a 12-yard touchdown pass to running back Woody Marks. And then wide receiver Jaden Higgins, he caught a 24-yard touchdown pass. And then Marks caught another 20-yard pass, then followed that up with the 18-yard touchdown run by Marks. So it was horrible. Like I said, we gave up big runs on the big gains in the run, and then a lot of home run passing plays too. And it all came in the fourth quarter, where that's the quarter you want to step up your defense the most to hold, especially if we're being down. We wanted to hold them in that sixth spot, so hopefully our offense can catch up. The Titans defense, they allowed 353 total yards from the Texans, and they just made the Texans look way better than what they are. The defense, they couldn't get off the field, and that's another reason probably why they gave up. They were tired. They couldn't get off the field at all. The Texans had the ball 38 minutes out of a 60-minute game. So I think what's that? That means with 21, 22 seconds left. 21, 22 minutes for the Titans to have the ball. But we was as quickly as we got off the field. That's how long they stayed on the field. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that is not winning football at all, man. Our key defenders, they did their thing. It's like they lead by example, but the whole defense as a whole does not follow up from that. Jeffrey Simmons, like he is the leader, the leader of the defense, obviously. He's trying his best to lead by example. He had 5 tackles, with 4 of those being solo tackles and 1 sack. And that 1 sack was crazy. That boy got off that line so fast and got that sack. He got off the line in 0.32 seconds, according to Next Gen Stats. That's the fastest a sack happened off the line in the last 2 seasons. 0.32 seconds. Man, that's not even a whole second. He got off that line. Boom. Soon as that ball snapped, boom, he off the line and in the backfield, sacking CJ Stroud. It took him 2.9 seconds to make that sack in all. 2.09, my bad. 2.09 seconds to make that sack. That's how fast that boy got off that line to make that sack, man. Jeffrey Simmons is definitely the leader of this team, and if we can get the defense as a whole to follow his leadership, to follow his level of play, we can be a lot better, man. I'm really hoping the defense can find themselves. Cedric Gray, he played a great game yesterday. He recorded 17 total tackles, 10 of those being solo tackles. Every time it seemed like every time a defender ran his way or if they caught ball in his vicinity and whatnot, Cedric Gray was making that tackle. He didn't miss too many tackles that I noticed and whatnot. Cody Barton also had a great game. He had 9 total tackles, with 6 of those being solo tackles too. I think Cedric Gray had 1 tackle for loss too. So it like those and those are our 3 leaders on defense. Amani Hooker is also another leader on defense. I think he had 5 tackles yesterday too in a pass deflection. But that boy Sneed, man. But Jared Sneed came in talking, talking cash money about Nico Collins, talking about he don't know who he is, but then get burnt. Paul, like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like you getting paid that much money to guard the best wide receiver, and you allowing these folks to kill you. Like you ain't even trying. Then when the reporters ask him about it, he don't want to talk about it. Like, why are you getting mad at reporters for it? Like, this is you. You the one getting paid X amount of money. You're getting paid a lot. I can't remember how much you're getting paid. You're getting paid a lot though. You're getting paid a lot on that payroll just for him not to do nothing. Like, man, like, come on, bro. You was the other leader on this team, Sneed. You are a former Super Bowl champion. Well, not a. I guess you want to always be a Super Bowl champion, but you're a Super Bowl champion that knows how to win. But it's like you ain't trying to win. You ain't trying to play. It's like you like to get embarrassed. Like, I don't understand Sneed what Sneed is doing over there, man. But if we can get the defense as a whole to follow Simmons, Gray, and Barton, we will be okay. We will be okay. But also we can follow if the defense as a whole can hold up in the fourth quarter. Like I said, they probably was tired. They probably were tired. But and then you got to make all them different substitutions. Once again, they always plugging people in and whatnot. But we were down 0-6 and y'all allowed 21 straight points. It just very unacceptable football from the Titans, man. After the game though, Ward had some strong words to say about the team, about their level of play, and he's not wrong at all. I know he doesn't like Ward is definitely a player who doesn't like to lose. He's not used to losing either. So his words would definitely hit hard. What he said after the game and whatnot. But me personally, I'm with you, Ward. We keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. You right. You are 100% right, my boy. You are 100% right.
I mean, we keeping a buck right now. We ass, so we 0-4. We have.
But he also said some optimistic words. He said, "At this point, we have nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our game, and we have yet to do anything. So we have to lock in, and especially myself. Like I said, he hates to lose, and he will put the blame on himself. He understands that he has to play better. So that's why I like to hear from a rookie quarterback, a starting rookie quarterback at that. He understands he has to play better, but the pieces around him have to play a lot better so he can play better. As a quarterback, you can't throw the ball and catch it. You can't run the ball every play. So you can't block for yourself. So it's like it's only so much Cam can do. The pieces around him aren't very good right now. And it's not saying that they don't have the talent or offensive line. We got JC Latham still hurt, but we waiting for him to get back. And I can't think of the other boy. I always forget the other offensive lineman that's hurt too. He started too. But man, when JC Latham get back and we can plug him back in his right spot and everybody else can get back into their right spot, hopefully we can get some better block. But overall, these receivers, no, none of the receivers getting double teamed too. That's another thing. It's like y'all can't get open for 2.5 seconds so my boy can throw you the ball real quick. Come on, man. Like none of y'all getting double teamed. None of y'all. So also, Jeffrey Simmons had some words to say after the game too. He was very frustrated at the level of play from how the defense is going on. He said this after the game. We're playing bad football. It's simple as that. We're not playing good football right now, and I'm tired of hearing the same thing coming into the locker room. And I'm tired of saying it. We gotta play better. That's just simple as that, man. Another person, Simmons. He's another player that doesn't like to lose. He plays hard every game. He comes in every game, every year playing hard, trying to be the best he can be. And he's used to he's used to being on a winning football team with the Titans. So he understands how to win. He understands how to get through the whole season and win. So once again, the defense on paper is not a bad defense. It's not a bad defense, man. You know, even we're playing this 3-4 defense, and that's understandable why we're giving up a lot of big runs, whatever. Uh, because our secondary in the past hasn't been good, so we have to protect that. But you know, when you have somebody like a Gray, a Barton, a Sneed, a Hooker back there, you expect things to be right. You know, you expect things to go good. And it just as a whole, it's just not working out for them at all. So I understand where Simmons coming from saying they gotta be better because they definitely have to be better, man. They do. Well, anyway, the Titans now they have two West Coast games in a row. They play Cardinals in week 5 and then Raiders in week 6. And then that hopefully they can get things turned around before they play the Patriots at home in week 7. That'll be Coach Mike Vrabel, his first game back in Nissan Stadium since we let him go in 2021, I think it was 2000. Well, in 2023 we let him go after that season. So, which in my opinion, I wish we would have kept him. um, I don't understand why they let him go. It wasn't no point of letting him go, but it is what it is now, I guess. So we had to get things turned around, man. The Cardinals, the Cardinals gonna be a tough game. They play high power football with that offense, and the Raiders, man, Raiders started like they starting to find themselves. They low key looking like they starting to find themselves. So whew, it looks like things might get uglier before they get better, man. And the Patriots definitely found themselves. The Patriots are playing pretty solid too. Vrabel, we already know how Vrabel is. He will get his players ready for every game for sure. So, man, hopefully we get things turned around in these two West Coast games. We got to play at Cardinals and at Raiders, so it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. So hopefully things will get turned around, man. But honestly, man, I hope we fire Callahan. It is what it is. But anyway, man, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, share the video, man. We can always talk about Titans all day. It's tough being a Titans fan right now, but hey, it is what it is, man. But until next time, this is Talk Your Spit TV. I'm your host, Mario Harris. Thank you.